got an interesting comment under a video the other day about David Rockefeller playing the role of Jack Ruby. I thought this person who calls himself Line Citizen must have meant that Rockefeller controlled Ruby, but no, he was trying to tell me Rockefeller was actually Jack Ruby. He finally went away but linked to this picture as a parting note. So, as if David Rockefeller wasn't busy enough in the early 60s, he was also pretending to be the guy who shot the guy who supposedly shot Kennedy. Never mind that the two men do not look alike and Ruby died in prison, but a guy named Ed Cherini says they're the same guy, and his followers believe him. Oh, and apparently David Rockefeller is also George Soros. And Jordan Maxwell. A lot of you are already familiar with this guy, but for those that aren't, here are just some of Cherini's most ridiculous so-called discoveries. Please note that all of these graphics with the splotchy red font are from Cherini's site. I didn't make any of this up. Ed has discovered that Pope John Paul II wasn't just the Pope from 78 to 2005. He was also actually Tom Landry, legendary football player and coach of the Dallas Cowboys for like 30 years. And the Pope after him, the scary one, Benedict, that was actually the guy who played Beretta, Robert Blake. So yeah, Robert Blake started out as Mickey on The Little Rascals, then he grew up and played Beretta, then he was acquitted of murdering his wife, then found liable for murdering his wife, then he went to Rome to lead the Catholic Church. He resigned this year, and Cherini thinks that's because he exposed him as actually being Beretta. I am not kidding. The new pope is a fake too. He's actually an actor named Jonathan Pryce, and he's so upset about Cherini calling him out that he made up a blog pretending to be someone else and posted an entry calling Cherini a fake. Haha, nice try, Pope. Cherini knows it's you. He even made a video about his discovery called When Popes Attack.
So, when you look at this guy's photo, do you recognize him? I sure do. That's the Pope. So you think that he'd be a little bit more thankful to me, since I'm the one who got the other one kicked out? But I guess not.
Want more? Oh, there's more. Remember Fonzie from Happy Days? Well, Henry Winkler, who played Fonzie, is former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. That's right, Cherini says that Fonzie was the president of Iran. Never mind that Henry Winkler still produces and directs and acts in movies, and the two men look nothing alike whatsoever. Cherini says that it's the same guy. You believe him, right? He's done his homework.
A simple little trick of shoving cotton up the nasal passage will widen out your nose and still allow you to breathe. That's what they've been doing in these clips.
And anyone who believes that needs to go right now and shove enough cotton into their nasal passages to widen out their nose. Then let us all know how easy it is to breathe. Now Iran has a new president. His name is Rouhani, but he's really Steven Spielberg. And since Fonzie isn't needed as president of Iran anymore, he's back home in the States. And now he's John McCain. Forget that they don't look anything like each other either. They have some spots in the same places. And please note that if the ear doesn't match, it's a prosthetic ear. Also, in case you've seen this picture of Henry Winkler and John McCain together, Cherini says it's a fraud. And he's an expert on fraud, you know. I'll bet Cindy McCain's glad that John is now Fonzie. Hey.
Fibonacci calculator. Golden mean scale. Mathematical equation 1 to 1.618. Ratios of the face. That's what I do. I measure the face. What I'm telling you on my website, when I match somebody, it's because I've done a workup. I've done the algorithms. I've done the homework.
And newsflash, Tina Fey doesn't just play Sarah Palin on SNL, she is Sarah Palin, people. She's also Truther Girl Sonia on YouTube and Gabby Giffords.
Tina Fey, Sonia, Palin.
John Cleese is the Prime Minister of Spain, and the King of Spain, Paul Newman. I wonder what the people of Spain think of all this. Chevy Chase is Jim Morrison and Jay Rockefeller. Rodney King is Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch!
And Steve Carell? Try Alice Cooper Carell. Tupac? Pfft, that's Dave Chappelle. Lady Gaga is Amy Winehouse. Eddie Vedder, you know from Pearl Jam, who no doubt travels with plenty of armed protection but doesn't like people who defend their right to bear arms.
I get so angry that I almost wish bad things upon these people.
Shut the hell up, Eddie. Chirini's exposed you as Sean Penn.
So when I say that this person matches, it's because I've done my homework.
Robert De Niro took some time out to play one of the firemen on 9/11.
You'd get down below and you'd see molten steel running down the channel rails.
Nelson Mandela is Morgan Freeman's daddy, and Morgan Freeman, just as we always suspected, is Jimi Hendrix. John Belushi didn't die. He's actor Michael Lerner. When will they ever Lerner? Note that Belushi had the side connecting kind of earlobes, but Lerner's got the hanging down type. Chirini says that's because he's older. Apparently your ears start to detach from your head as you age. Steve Martin is some CIA guy who looks nothing like him. Victoria Jackson is Roseanne Barr. You've heard of everyone being related to Kevin Bacon? Well, White House Press Secretary Jay Carney is Kevin Bacon. Ben Stiller's dad, Jerry Stiller, Carrie's dad on King of Queens, he's Larry Silverstein, that crazy dad from Austria who imprisoned and raped his daughter for like 40 years. Chirini suggests that Will Smith is B.J. Armstrong from the Chicago Bulls, but he can't be because he already said that B.J. Armstrong was either Obama or his brother. He also said the same thing about Obama and Osama bin Laden. Wow, you just never know about these people. And to think that Obama was also trying to pretend that Will Smith's daughter Willow was his daughter Malia. Not on Chirini's watch. And Joe Biden is Donald Trump. Same guy. And Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel is Supreme Court nominee McDonald. Boston bombing suspect's uncle? Pete Townsend from The Who. John Lennon? Steve Jobs. Rush Limbaugh is Karl Rove. He even interviewed himself on his show once. And don't worry, kids, that's not Jerry Sandusky. It's really Kevin Costner. John Candy didn't die either. He's the Boston police chief. You thought this was John Boehner? Ray Liotta. George Bush Sr. is Joe Kennedy. Octomom? Angelina Jolie. Jack from Three's Company is really Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy, and Lenny is Ted Nugent. I wonder if Ted Nugent knows this. And don't even try it, Martin Luther King Jr. We know you're really Sidney Poitier. Freddie Mercury didn't die. He became John Stossel. O.J. Simpson's really an actor named Roger Smith. I wonder which one killed Nicole. David Rockefeller Jr. is actually Jim Mars and Sheriff Arpaio. Bet you didn't know that Betty White was Queen Elizabeth. Pauly Shore equals Anthony Weiner. Nancy Pelosi is Jane Fonda. Trayvon Martin's girlfriend Rachel is Kenan Thompson.
So when I say that this person matches, it's because I've done my homework.
Donatella Versace, President of Argentina. And these last couple sorry excuses for matches are some of the nuttiest. JFK is Jimmy Carter. No, he didn't die. That was all a hoax, and now he's Jimmy Carter. Jackie? Well, she's Rosalind Carter now. Yes, I know. We all watched Jackie turn into an older version of her beautiful self, but we were wrong. She's Rosalind Carter. Oh, and she's Marilyn Monroe, too. Nope, I'm not kidding. Chirini's done the homework.
Carter JFK scenario comes into play, as we see with the evidence here.
Okay, last one. Walt Disney was Adolf Hitler. And a couple of other guys.
As we can see here, further evidence that Kermit Roosevelt was Hitler and Walt Disney, along with Father Coughlin.
Now, we all see a lot of stupidity on the internet, but this person doesn't just make up ridiculous accusations about famous people. He's also attacked a former cancer patient and mother who put her story on YouTube and accused her and her son of pretending to be other people. His evidence is as solid as what you've seen so far. He's gone as far as to say that the mother is faking cancer despite graphic evidence that she is not, and accused her son of being the 22-year-old Oregon Mall shooter. The boy was 12 at the time, and Chirini made one of his famous posters with the boy's pictures and the child's full name. Chirini's rabid, delusional fans believe him as usual and have descended upon her and her son's YouTube channels, attacking in a manner that only the type of idiots that could follow an Ed Chirini would do. This mother and her son even put out a heartfelt video asking to please be removed from his website and YouTube channel, but the images stayed up and the party at their expense continues to this day. Why would a person who claims to be a defender of the truth do such a thing? Well, let's take a look at his website, wellaware1.com, where honest men fear no questions. Chiarini points to the fact that he doesn't have ads on his site as supposed proof that he's not doing this for any gain. But why have ads linking to other people's stuff for a few cents a click when you can funnel all the donations to yourself? Aside from asking for money in his bio tab, halfway down page 1 we have the option to give Chiarini up to $1,000 or another button below that for an up to $250 monthly donation to help fund his important investigations. Donation buttons are also at the bottom of every page for your convenience. And look, on the Pope's attack page, the entire half of the page asks for your money. You know, since Chiarini's powerful, unimpeachable work was devastating enough to make the Pope step down. And now's your chance to get your hands on all of Chiarini's amazing work. He's about to upload his entire database. He wants everything he's found to be available to other researchers. He just needs $5,000 first. Click the huge GoFundMe button near the top of page 1 to see that Chiarini's collected over $3,000 from people like this fella, wheelchair-bound and living on less than $700 a month. I believe we have our motive. If Dallas Gold Digger Bug Ed Chiarini scammed you, please feel free to talk about it below. We all make mistakes. Maybe you can get your money back. If you still stand by his work, also feel free to comment. You people are so silly. And to you, Mr. Ed Chiarini, always remember, a lot of people resemble someone else. This does not in any way mean that they're the same person or even related. The cabal does use actors in their false flags, but they certainly don't use famous people that will be instantly recognized, and you have discovered nothing. It's absolutely deplorable and sad the way you and your brain-dead followers decide that you see something that's not there, then attack innocent people. And just because you speak slowly and in a calm voice doesn't mean it's not crazy talk. Oh, and before you expose me, I'm Hillary Clinton. And my dog? Why, he's Henry Kissinger. And your fan, Line Citizen, is obviously SpongeBob SquarePants.
So from time to time I'm getting attacked, as usual, but it doesn't really bother me. I got thick skin, plus I know I'm right, so let them say what they want. Plus it's really funny because their arguments are always just basically throwing mud. They can never put together two sentences or actually have a debatable argument. It's always you're crazy, you need medicine, you need glasses, whatever. Just shows who they are, their intelligence level. I wish one of them put together something that I could actually debate, but none of them have and none of them will.
Ha